Like comic books?
Comic books.
Comic books.
Comic books.
Comic books.
I'm quite keen on comic books.
Movies.
Movies.
Movies are movies. Stupid TV shows. TV shows. TV shows.
But what are some of your favorite TV shows?
Can be enjoyed as video games, as TV shows, books, movies, the entire world. Wholeheartedly embrace the apocalypse. Let's start the show.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our Sunday edition of the Next Issue podcast. Very excited. There's a lot of really cool stuff to talk about this week, Jeff. I think personally, including including our pick of the week, which I hope you've looked at the document. I looked at the document. So
I glanced just before we
I meant to tell you to do that before I hit play, but I always forget. So, but we are now in sync. So we're gonna get to all that. Now, Jeff, did you have any quick hits? I know we did a bunch of quick hits yesterday. Did you have any quick hits on the last 24 hours? Any breaking news?
Nothing breaking nationally. It did get cold here overnight in the North Texas area. We had a 30-degree drop in temperature. So it was definitely a bundle up morning.
Oh yeah. I haven't gone outside yet, and I may not even go outside today. I think I did all my outside over the past couple of days.
Yeah.
So that should be good. Well, before we get into it, Jeff, how often do you think about the Star Wars prequels?
Maybe once a week. It's Star Wars. Like you can't get out of Star Wars.
Well, I think I was thinking about it like yesterday because I knew we weren't gonna have any quick hits, and I was like, well, I gotta put something flashy on the thumbnail, right? And then I read across this picture of Hayden Christensen and Natalie Portman, and I was like, oh, there we go. So I was like, well, I'll just reverse engineer something from that. But like, yeah, I think about the Star Wars sequels a lot because the prequels a lot. I think because they are so quotable, they have so many different little sayings that they've kind of become memes. And I don't know that was George Lucas's intended effect, but they just kind of really work on multiple levels. They make great gifts. So every once in a while, I really like it's like a 4-block meme with Anakin and Padme talking, and she's like, what's two in? It's to like say that something's gonna get done, but Anakin's like he takes it the wrong way, right? Like, this was what you mean, right? And then she just looks like very.
Oh, I know it's yeah. Where they're sitting out in the field in the second one, yeah.
So I wanted to ask you. I have a few quotes, but do you have any favorite quotes from Star Wars? And also, if you're watching this, do you have? I guess from the prequels specifically, I think we need to revisit Star Wars, and that's something that we'll probably do in 2026.
This is pod racing. I will say now this is pod racing whenever I see something really impressive. Because I love saying that.
In your car? Do you usually say it in your car when like the traffic finally opens up?
Yeah. Or just it's good for any time. It's good for when you're walking like we're gonna be doing Christmas shopping soon, like going around the mall. It's gonna you're gonna have to be dodging in and out of people. Like that's pod racing.
When you get to North Park and you're trying to weave in and out of people's way, that's pod racing.
It's pod racing. When I was a kid, I did think of the Empire Strikes Back when they fly into the asteroid belt. Like I would imagine me as the Millennium Falcon flying through as I walk through the crowd of people, like flying through the asteroid belt, and I can hear C-3PO in the back of my head just screaming.
Or R2, How often do you use the Force to open doors that open automatically?
Every day. Every day I'm around one. I always am trying to, if the remote control for the TV's on the other side of the room, we're gonna make sure that I don't have to stand up to pick it up to see if it'll fly to my hand first.
That would be ideal.
Yeah. I would be the
I try that
fattest
a lot too.
Jedi. I'd never stand up.
No. Just well, I mean, you can float around too.
Yeah, you can just float around. Yeah.
All right. Well, I have a few of my favorite ones, but I think Anakin usually gets the best lines. Like when they're at the beginning of the third film, Revenge of the Sith. Like this is where the fun begins, and like they're flying into this.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many droid ships, which I really really like. But they have some good stuff. They have the stuff about the sand. I think about that one a lot.
Oh, sand is coarse and it gets everywhere. Yeah.
Anytime I say I don't like anything, I'm like, I just like, this is what Anakin was feeling at the time. So. But yeah, if we want to know your favorite quotes from Star Wars prequels, so let us know in the comments. I think those are due for a revisit. I think they're having Revenge of the Sith had an anniversary this year because I went to watch it at the theater. I think that was the one that they re-released in the theater. So that was very cool. So, all right. Because there are no quick hits, we're just gonna get right into it. Now, I will say I had a pretty busy day yesterday after we got off the show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had a tournament for Riftbound. That's the League of Legends trading card game, which was a little. So I usually go play at Milton's Collectibles in Farmers Branch, where they have their normal tournament, but this was a special tournament where you get like promos and stuff. And I did not think. I mean, I did relatively well because otherwise I would have left early. So that was a like intense, maybe 5 hours of trading card games, and then got home to an RPG session with some friends online. So
it was all games all day for you yesterday.
And I finished it off with a little bit of Survivor Series / well, it's more like having Survivor Series in the background while I'm reading comic books, which was I was able to kind of get through some of the other things. So
are you subscribed to ESPN or are you using some kind of VPN to get Survivor Series?
I'm not using a VPN, but I have access to ESPN.
You have ways, you have means. I've not been I'm again, as always, loosely keeping an eye on what's going on in the wrestling world, but not really not completely following it. I love Becky Lynch's Donald Trump bit that she's doing now. I think it is so funny. I love watching how the wrestling fans are like not sure what to think about it because they're like, oh, there's like a lot of people online that are like, is she doing a Trump? Like they don't want to admit to themselves that she's doing a Donald Trump as a heel.
Right.
Because,
but it clearly, because even if you just look at one of her posts that it's all in capital letters.
She starts naming like like all the little adjectives for people like rotten Rhea Ripley and and
the crooked ref and
crooked ref, and it is so like, and then watching her do it, she's so good. Watching her do it live in the promos, like writing is one thing and you get to kind of sit and think about it, but like live in state, like in the ring, she did after the loss yesterday because she tapped out or whatever. Spoilers, sorry everybody. But she had an interview with one of the backstage interviewees, and it was just like off the cuff, like all her acting lessons, all her totally paying off. Yeah, she is so far so great.
Yeah, I saw. There's a thing that I don't remember. It's one of those podcasts where those guys cook and they talk to people, and her and Seth Rollins or Bert something. I don't know the guy's name.
She's been on like a Good Mythical Morning one, and then they do
so I've seen her on those, but those guys were on the Bert, he's a comedian.
Bert Kirshner, I think.
There you go. I will say, his stuff is not my thing, so I was enjoying listening to Becky and Seth talk, but whenever he chimed in, I'm like, oh no, can I get a video of just their parts talking? Nothing against the dude. I don't really know much of his stuff. I just know that it's not for me. But yeah, it was really interesting. They talked about a lot of stuff. And then, it's really always fun to kind of see Becky and Seth be normal people, but like normal internet people, right? They're still putting on a little bit of an act, I feel. There's, their personas are turned way down because they're also trying to be sincere. But it's hard to see who's being interviewed. Is it Becky Lynch or Rebecca Quinn, right?
Yeah. I feel like Seth Rollins is more Seth Rollinsy in real life. Like he's closer to his in-ring persona in real life than Becky is to her. I mean, especially now that she's doing a bit character, but yeah, Becky is so good. And then over on Tony Storm, for well over a couple of years now, she's been killing it with her timeless Tony Storm, like way over the top, and then just pivoting along with whatever they throw at her. Just so good. Like,
yeah, I was a little sad though. I guess it's a bit of a spoiler for later, but I wasn't able to pick up her comic book cover. She had one for the DCKO. Those Dan Mora. It was her versus Power Girl. I didn't have it at the shop, so I'm gonna keep an eye out for that because those are cool. I think I have the first one. I think is what's his name, Lobo and Hangman.
Hangman Page.
Hangman Adam Page. All right. Before we get into all this stuff, one last thing, a little bit of housekeeping for those that haven't been keeping up. First of all, if you still want some Thanksgiving leftovers, you can go check out our show from yesterday. We talked about everything we did on Thanksgiving. We talked about the Macy's Day Parade. And then we answered some Thanksgiving quandaries that Jeff kind of put together for us. That was a pretty chill vibe, I think. Which is the way
we were full. We were stuffed full. Yeah. You don't want to get into too much after a big Thanksgiving meal because you can't go swimming for an hour, all kinds of stuff.
After this, my lunch is going to be probably the last plate of leftovers, and I think we'll be done. I would have ate it yesterday, but I wasn't home most of the day. So
yesterday I went full on salads, and
I do need.
I turned my back on the heavy foods yesterday.
Now that you mentioned it, I do need to find a good tamal with some atole or something. I need to go find something somewhere.
All right. Campbell's soup is really cheap right now.
Oh yeah. Also, after this, probably tomorrow, I'm shooting to get the Kyle Starks interview out. I still need to edit a bunch of stuff on it. Just to make it more. It's really more about editing the presentation of it, not so much the interview itself. The interview, I'm not even gonna. We don't cut stuff out really. So you're gonna get raw and uncut. Like this is our own Unreal, if you will. So next issue pot Unreal. All right, let's get into it. Jeff, what did you watch for this week before we get into comics and all that?
It's funny that you mentioned the Star Wars because one of the things I did watch this weekend was Empire Strikes Back.
Oh,
but I have these old special editions on DVD. This is the one that were re-released back in the late 90s, I believe.
So those have the special effects changed?
This is the special effects change minus so for the Empire, there's not much that has changed here.
Right.
I think in Jedi, it's still they have the added Jabba scene where Han and Jabba walk around. Like I think that might be in Star Wars. But there's there's one
where
added
he steps
scene.
over him or something.
Where he steps over him. I think it's still this is still Guido shot first.
Okay.
Edition, and this is still Nub Nub. Ewok singing Nub Nub at the end. So this is my favorite version of the thing. Like since it's hit Disney Plus, you don't get any of that stuff. There's no Nub Yub. The current Blu-rays don't have Nub Yub on them.
Because there's so many versions of those, right? They changed them, and then George Lucas added all this stuff, and then he throttled back on it and re-released them, and yeah.
But what's interesting about this, and I'm sure the Blu-rays I have this on Blu-ray too, but this has a commentary from George Lucas, Irving Kershner, Carrie Fisher, and a whole bunch of like some other like effects people and stuff. So I got about halfway through the film where I was just watching the film, and then I realized I was reading the back of the disc, and I was like, oh, I could be like listening to all the commentary. So I switched it over to the commentary about halfway through, and it's a lot of stuff that I'd known just from osmosis. Like Irving Kershner retells the story about how Han kind of ad-libbed, or how Harrison Ford ad-libbed the "I know" part when Leia says "I love you," and he goes into carbonite, and he's like, "I know." And Irving Kershner talks about how they filmed that thing like 20 times because they couldn't get it right. In the script, it's "I love you too." Han says "I love you too" back, and Kershner didn't like it. Nobody on the set liked how it was coming out that way. So they just kind of kept rapid firing responses.
Yeah, it would have hit the same.
Yeah, the last one that Harrison was just like, "I know," and then they broke for lunch, and Kershner was like, "Let's do it. Great, print it, whatever." Nice. It was great. It was fun. I miss listening to commentary because you get to hear all the cool stuff, especially in a Star Wars film where they're like, oh, that's just a little doll that we just kind of like whatever, and this and this and this. You know, it's super cool to figure out how that stuff happened.
I need to do that more because I will rewatch movies all the time. But if I'm gonna rewatch a movie, I might as well throw the commentary on. I mean, I already know, at least get something kind of new or fresh out of it. So yeah, that's a good call. That's one of the reasons you should still go out and get your Blu-rays and DVDs and stuff. Sometimes the digital versions don't come with all the extra commentary stuff. Like Apple's usually pretty good about it, but not all the time. Not for every movie.
Yeah, this has commentary with George Lucas, Irving Kershner, Ben Burt, Dennis Murin, and Carrie Fisher. This also has a CD-ROM thing that connects to the internet like they used to do back in the day. It also has the original 1980, like on a second disc, it has the original theatrical version, which I have not watched in forever. So maybe I'll watch that.
Do you think?
I do think.
Go ahead and finish your thought.
I was going to say, I do think that I think that they added scenes with the snow monster at the beginning on this edition than from the original. Because I don't think they get the snow monster correct in the first. But I think that's really the biggest difference in Empire between the original theatrical and then these re-release. The first
that one kicks off at Hoth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, do you think that CD-ROM? I just picture like, well, that, but I'm like, I just picture like you put it in, and the CD-ROM doesn't know what year it is, right? It's just programming, and it's trying to do its job, and it starts to freak out, like, what's going on? Like I was thinking of a little short film where it's like this CD-ROM that has been on a box for years, and somebody throws it on a computer with access to the internet, and then it just freaks out.
Too much information.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get my job done. So I don't know. There's a free movie pitch. I won't be able to make it, but I'll take credit as a producer.
Yeah.
I
was going to say, sorry, I didn't. But it also has these cool little postcards on the inside by Ralph McQuarrie.
So it's an actual postcard you can mail, huh?
Well, no.
Or is it just? Oh, okay. It looked like it was a postcard. Oh, cool. Limited edition. Yeah, put that on eBay. Just the card itself.
Just the card.
For the one person that lost it. Yeah. Keep the movie. Keep the DVD. For the one person that lost their little print, or like their kid, or their dog chewed it up or something.
The dog chewed it up. Yeah. It actually got thrown out with the gift wrap.
Yeah. I forgot to bring this up yesterday when we were talking about what we did over Thanksgiving, but while I was home waiting for stuff to happen, I was perusing Netflix, and I came across Collateral, the Michael Mann film with Tom Cruise and Jamie Foxx. Mm-hmm. I hadn't seen it in a long time, and I know it's a very good film, and I was like, let me throw this back on. And let me tell you, this movie's from like 2004, I think, or 2002. I don't remember the year, but I love seeing baby versions of like well-known actors from today, right? Like Mark Ruffalo shows up, but he's like this slick detective, and I'm like, what is happening? Because I just know, like, Mark Ruffalo, like he's kind of become this character now that we kind of know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really kind of fun to go back and see that. I think who else is Jada Pinkett Smith is in that film.
Mm.
And yeah, just like coming across all these other people, and I'm like, oh, I guess you went from just being like some random player as part of this larger ensemble to like now you kind of lead your own film. So it's always cool to go back to see, especially to see how long those people have been working in the movie. On top of this movie is just freaking badass, right? Like,
I mean, it's Michael Mann.
Really cool. It's really cool. Yeah, Michael Mann. He's got the juice. I need to go back and rewatch, give another shot to his Miami Vice. I think I never gave it a fair shot because people just like really crapped on it when it came out. But I don't have
I've never seen it.
I just don't have a connection to Miami Vice. Like I didn't care for I never seen the show or whatever, So, but I know Michael Mann works really well with Jamie Foxx, and I like Colin Farrell. So like, I don't know what could go wrong.
If I had to watch, I think I would rather rewatch Heat than go into a different Michael Mann.
I think last year, or maybe earlier this year, maybe last year. I don't know. Whenever I watched Manhunter, the original Manhunter, I went on a Michael Mann kick, and I watched Heat for the first time, and I was like, oh, now I get it. Now I understand why The Dark Knight is so cool.
There's a funny story I heard earlier about Heat where there's that big shootout scene in the street where they blah, 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 and they couldn't film that. Like they had all weekend to film. Like it was filmed in LA on the streets, and LA had blocked off this neighborhood where they could shoot for the weekend. Well, they didn't get all their shots in, so they had to come back on Monday or like late Sunday afternoon or whatever, like after the fact that after they had lost the thing. So they were just like, we're just going to shoot it as fast as we can. And there was a restaurant kind of across the street from where they were filming that had already opened back up, and they had booked this like ladies breakfast brunch. So all these ladies in like their sundresses or whatever showed up for this thing, and then they just had like a front row seat to this movie shootout that was happening in front of this restaurant. Wow. Where like it's like all these squibs are going off and stuff for their Sunday brunch or whatever. It's just a crazy story. You like,
I like that.
You're like, oh, there's Al Pacino shooting a gun, like
that doesn't happen anymore because like everyone is just kind of so plugged into like where, like whenever a movie's shooting anywhere, like I feel like people just want to, because we have our phones, like those ladies, they would have pulled out their phones immediately, right? If it was
100%.
So shout out to the ladies brunch though.
Shout out ladies brunch.
I want to go to a ladies brunch. All right. What else did you actually, let me do my thing and then we'll do your thing because I do have questions about it. I started rewatching. I talked about this yesterday because I was plugging our video, but I am most of the way through the first season of Haikyuu. That's the anime about high school volleyball. Mm-hmm. You've never cared so much about volleyball in your life until you watch this. And that's kind of the thing I like about sports anime, that they really, because the characters love the game so much, or whatever they're, whatever sport activity they're taking part of, then that really it translates over to.
I'm gonna say for other reasons, I have definitely been interested in beach volleyball, women's beach volleyball, and women's collegiate volleyball, but those are for other reasons.
Yeah. I can only imagine the athletic prowess.
The athletic prowess is what I'm interested in. Yeah.
But yeah, so it's really cool. I'm gonna keep going through it. I'm trying not to do it all really quickly because there is a movie to finish out everything, but I think it's coming out next year. So maybe I'll slow down a little bit. Otherwise, I'm just gonna end up rewatching this once again, which I don't mind. I love this. I love this anime. Like I've seen it multiple times already. So, but Jeff, you're watching something that's in the zeitgeist of our pop culture media.
I've started Stranger Things season 5. I've only, like you were just saying, I don't want to rush through it. So there's 4 episodes now, and I think the next 4 episodes drop on Christmas. So I think I am going to try to watch them 1 week at a time because
Nice. Make it your own weekly show.
Yeah, make it my own weekly show because I watched the first one yesterday. It's good. I feel like for me, in a small way, the show kind of not jumped the shark, but it's not that bad. But it definitely pivoted from horror, straight up kind of horror, what's going on, to now we kind of know what the underground or whatever, the underside war, whatever they call it, I forget what they call it.
The upside down,
the upside down. We know what the upside down is. We know how, we understand where all the powers are coming from, stuff like that. Kind of, we have enough information. So it's kind of turned from this horror movie to more like, what if Weapon X, the Canadian Weapon X program, opened up a portal to hell? Is kind of what it's more or less become. Because it's the government stuff, and then this tiny little town. It's still really, really good. Sean Levy is an executive producer of Deadpool fame. I did not realize that. I enjoyed the first episode, even though they're all like really old kids now. Kind of fun looking to be like, these kids are like almost.
Has there been a time jump in the show?
No.
They just kind of.
there's.
Going. I think there was like a year time jump in between one of the seasons, a little while back.
There's not. There's like there's small like monthly jumps, I guess, or something.
But they're still in the 80s, pretty much.
But they're still in the 80s. Yeah. We're still in the 80s. Yeah.
Yeah, that was so I haven't really. I think the last season I watched is what's his name? Hops? Is that his name, right? When he ends up in the Russian prison at the end of the season. Like everybody thinks he's dead, but he's actually in Russia. And then Black Widow came out and he busted out. That's my headcanon, that Black Hops he just busted out whenever Black Widow happened.
Well, that's what's so. It's been so long since we've seen a Stranger Things season that I no longer associate these actors with these characters. So like when I see what's his name, Hop, like I'm seeing Red Guardian. Like I don't see Hop, and I see Enola Holmes. These kids are. I'm just like, what are we doing again? What's this?
You may be the only person that associates Millie Bobby Brown with Enola Holmes.
Or what was the other movie where she was a dragon tamer or whatever?
Damsel or something like that.
Yeah. I do wish that there's a lot of CGI. I mean, that's my complaint about every modern thing. I'm just like, let's lay off the CGI a little bit. Let's get back into practical effects.
People were complaining about the CGI in Frankenstein. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, there's very minimal CGI. Maybe the CGI that's there doesn't look as good, but maybe that's all part of it. I don't know. I
think people want to return to real things. I think we are walking up to the edge where people are like, we're already rejecting the capitalistic society. But I feel like part of that is that this ease of which production companies are like, we'll just CGI it. It's just going to be like, whatever. We'll just like, whatever. And I think people are getting tired of that kind of lazy, like, we'll just, fix it in post, whatever kind of mentality.
Yeah. They're tired of their AI slop.
Yeah. Give us real slop. Give us human slop again.
Ooh. Soylent Green is people. That's what people want. All right. Well, let us know how it goes on your journey on Stranger Things. I think I'm out. Yeah, I think that season I watched that seems like a pretty good ending to me. I'm good. Because
Hops in prison, it's fine.
So long. They get so long. Like last season, there was like a couple that were like almost 2 hours, right? For the season 4.
Yeah, I think they did a weird where they were like combining. They turned them into like little mini movies, sort of.
Bro, these are movies. I can go watch other movies instead for different things.
They need to fix television. I'm telling you.
Yeah. So, all right, let's before we get into comics for this week, do you have anything that you read from not this week? I know sometimes you grab an old comic or anything like that. If not, I can go with mine and then we'll jump into this week's stuff.
No, nothing to report yet. Maybe next week. I've started revisiting a bunch of old comics for maybe some potential TikToks or whatever in the future.
Gotcha.
Including well, maybe I'll get into it next week because it's
Okay.
pretty interesting. I got some favorites that I'm revisiting.
Great. That's a good time because we're starting to work. I've already given you guys a heads up, but if you're watching this, start working on your best of 2025 list. Our survey should go out on December 1st, which is tomorrow. So I'll send the rent check and a survey out to everyone.
Time to collect them bills.
That's right. Yeah, we want to hear you. We want to hear your feedback about the best stuff from 2025. So, whether you can complete it all or not, we've gotten pretty good responses over the past few years. So hopefully we get even more as we've grown the audience. I'll touch on a few things that I'll go into more detail because I'm going to make standalone videos, just like Jeff. One of the reasons we read comics is to talk about them on the internet freely, whether it's here or on our own separate platforms. I did catch up on Nova Centurion #1.
Yeah.
You read last week. It's fun, but I do feel like it's a trade weight for me, just because they are very setting up. Like the first issue sets up a lot of stuff very deliberately. There was a little bit of a time jump that kind of confused me. Like Pip shows up with him at what's his name?
Pip the Troll, I think, isn't it?
Pip the Troll, yeah. He shows up and meets him at a bar, and then like on the next page, it's been a few months, and that like Pip is like his agent now when he's rich. And I'm like, how many jobs have you guys been working for these past few months? Also, the art change was a little jarring going from the other artists that were drawing Richard and Imperial to the artist that's drawing. This is a lot more house style, where I feel like the other one's a lot more stylized.
Yeah, definitely.
So, that was also a little jarring. So I think I need some separation from that. But it's a good premise, though. I like it. I like the premise. I like the idea of like you should get contracts with people before you save them, because rich people ain't gonna pay you shit.
It's a little reminiscent of Fractions Hawkeye for me.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's just like a dude that's just like trying to, he's not even he's kind of doing the right thing, but he's sort of just like a dude,
And the stakes obviously are a little higher because he also contains all the memories of his people, of all the Novas and all that, and but then the having to get money just to keep that what is it, whatever engine, the smart engine or whatever is going,
the hive mind kind of
world
thing,
mind,
the Nova
world
mind,
There you go.
world
Thank
mind.
you. Yeah, it's just having to give money to keep the world mind going. It's really funny as well. It's an interesting concept, and I didn't realize that the suit came from his helmet. Because he shows up to those people wearing like pretty much like
his clothes,
Hawaiian vacation outfit.
Yeah.
And then they're like, you have to put on your helmet, like, so he puts on the helmet, and then the whole suit appears, kind of like a Green Lantern ring, I guess.
Yeah.
Which I guess they are kind of the equivalent. So, but that's a great segue, because the next thing
Jonathan.
I read was,
I was gonna say Jonathan Hickman said, because I think I tried to quote this last.
You did
last
find it, yes? Did
remember.
You find it, or did you remember?
He compared it to. He was like, it's the Rockford Files in space, which is such a old reference. The Rockford
now I know
Files.
why you liked it.
Yeah. Because I was like, oh, the Rockford Files, that's awesome. Like, it's just like a dude just solving mysteries that he doesn't.
Yeah.
He just kind of stumbles upon, just kind of like a dude. I was like, okay, now I get it. Yeah.
Just a dude playing another dude, solving mysteries for another dude.
Just for a dude, just a bunch of dudes doing dude stuff,
right?
And solving space mysteries.
Yeah, I was looking at what collections are coming out in the next few weeks, and I've actually pre-ordered this already. So I wanted to get ahead of it and read it so I can make a video about it. I caught up on the first 6 issues of Absolute Green Lantern. It's so good. God, I forgot. Like, I like it's it. It feels like every time I read another Absolute book, it's like, oh wait, was this one my favorite? Like, it just kind of shifts. I know Wonder Woman and Batman are really my favorites, but revisiting then, especially reading this all at once and kind of getting all the lore, and because this one was very slow paced, I think very deliberately.
I would imagine this read way better altogether in one.
It's so good. I went back and actually I reread the first 3 issues, which I had already read, just to make sure that I had all the context, and then the 4 to 6 were the new ones. It's really cool. Like, I love what Ewing's doing with the lore, and because I know, like, I have a lot of Green Lantern nonsense in my head already, with the color spectrum and all that. I'm like, oh, this is cool. This is how you change it, and whatever. So, like, if you're a new reader, you're just gonna get this new world that's being built. But if you've been reading Green Lanterns for a long time, you're like, this is how you're changing things, and you're kind of dropping all these little seeds of, like, that character you like, they might be kind of this person now, or this is how they're different in this world. And the art is fantastic. I saw that issue 7 was done by Riley Rossmo instead of January Lindsay, but they both have very distinct styles. So I'm interested to see if Riley's just filling in, because I think what they're doing with the Absolute issues is the main artist will do like 6 or 5, and they'll take a 2-issue break to let them catch up. That's what Nick Dragotta is doing right now with Batman. And then also we just had 2 issues that were not done by Hayden Sherman in Wonder Woman, right? Which is great. I think it's perfect. Like, give them a break and then just make it seamlessly part of the collection.
Yeah. Because Hayden Sherman's been busy. It's a busy.
Sherman busy. I mean, well, at least he finished Dark Patterns. I wonder how long ago he finished that. I would love to talk to him about that book.
Yeah.
So yeah, Absolute Green Lantern is great. The trade comes out, I believe, next week, which is why I was reading that one. And then the Flash comes out the week after that, which is next on my list to catch up on the Absolute Flash. And then I need to catch up on Absolute Superman, because I think the 2nd volume should be coming out soon. So, all right. And the last thing that I'll also be talking about, which we do have another trade that comes out later this week from Image. We're taking Everyone Down With Us, issues 1 through 6. That is from the Rook universe by Matthew Rosenberg. This is the premise is that this girl, she doesn't know that her dad is like the supervillain scientist or whatever, and Rook is this, like, it's like this 007, but he's also like an asshole.
He's like a worse James Bond.
Like a worse. He also doesn't wear pants a lot, like a lot.
He's like he's the idea of what he's like, the real James Bond. So like James Bond is an alcoholic womanizer. Like in the movies, he's not, but he is. Like in the books, that's what he is. Yep. And in the movies, they kind of like ease up on that. So he's more suave and debonair, and he's not, he can handle his liquor and he sleeps with the ladies and he's cool. But in this book, he's just kind of a drunk who has a bunch of STIs, because he keeps sleeping with people. Oh, God, and like all his coworkers in the agency hate him because he's just a horrible person.
Yeah. It made me interested to see if there are other Rook books that I haven't read, just because I wasn't aware that it was like a whole connected thing, or if this is kind of the beginning of that.
That's what I got out of finishing it, because it feels like it's a whole universe. But this is the first time I've ever seen or heard of a Rook book. I know it's getting a spin-off or a sequel or whatever. I mean, they're spinning off one of the characters. The Rook is getting his own series.
Yep.
But I don't know if there was something that came beforehand or not. I'd be curious to find out, because Matthew Rosenberg, he did not pop into on my radar until 4 Kids Walk Into a Bank.
Okay.
I think they might have done, well, Rosenberg did.
He did a lot of DC work, like Red Hood. He's done like Red Hood and Robin, like Damien stuff. And he did DC versus Vampires with Tinian.
Okay.
So yeah,
I don't really knew that stuff.
And I think he's done some X-Men stuff. I know he's done some
stuff. I think he's been on the X-Men It was like a little Benny run of the X-Men, but I can't remember if that was before or after.
It was, I believe, that Age of X-Men. You remember when they did like a little break and everybody went on their own little books, like kind of like what they're doing now with Revelation, but it was actually Nate Gray.
Yeah,
Came back as like this Messiah type of figure.
Yeah.
And he redid the world for like 5 issues for everyone, and then they went back to. I think that's when Krakoa. It was right before Krakoa kicked off, actually.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that as well. So, all right. Before we get into all the stuff, there's gonna be videos for those collections. I'll have them on, as they kind of come out in stores. Before that, though, Jeff, I had to step away for 1 second. So if you can vamp real quick.
I love vamping. Hey guys, while I vamp, I'm going to show you this. This is I think I showed this a while back, but this is Foom issue number 4. This is Dr. Doom. It looks like a Jack Kirby drawing of Dr. Doom here on the cover. Foom is an old magazine from Marvel Comics, Friends of Old Marvel. That's what Foom stands for, FOOM. And it is like a previews magazine, sort of, way back in the day. This is from 1978, I believe. Maybe a little bit before that, but it's got this cool Dr. Doom cover. I'm going to open it up. Hopefully I will not ruin it by taking it out of this bag with the tape. This is always a dangerous part of comics and collecting. Look at the back cover. Here's Atuma. Awesome stuff. The inside's very much a zine. It's not very interesting. It is interesting, but it's just a lot of information being thrown at you. These are just a bunch of Dr. Doom quotes. It is edited. Whoops. Come on. It's edited by Jim Steranko. Steranko, a Marvel comic artist, editor, and writer. He did a lot of S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff. I'm just talking about my Foom magazine here.
So I came back very quickly, but I didn't want to interrupt because I was like, oh, you're in full screen, you're showing the thing. I don't want to step away. But man, Steranko was a hunk.
Steranko was a hunk. He was a magician. He was like an escape artist. The guy's a nut. Like, he's a nut.
A complete package, some would say.
Yeah. I think he's kind of turned a little conservative MAGA in his old age, but like back in the day,
who has it?
There's that history of the untold history of the Marvel Universe, or Marvel Comics, The Untold Story by I'm looking at it, Sean Howe. But there's a story in there about how back in the 70s, Steranko, like a whole bunch of the Marvel guys, used to just eat a bunch of shrooms and just walk around New York thinking up stories in the 70s. I'm just like, it's nuts. I can't.
And
imagine.
that's how we got Doctor Strange.
Yeah, that's how we got Doctor Strange. So you got some of those crazy stories.
Yeah, I got a quick text that said, "Can you check if we turned off the Panini press? We just left." And I was like, "Well, that's not something I can leave on for 30 minutes while we finish the show." So, the perils of having a Panini press.
Well, was the Panini press on?
It was turned off, so
we're okay. Okay,
but it's like Schrodinger's Panini press. Like, am I gonna leave the show and then is the house gonna be burning down? Right. So.
Could you have ended up with Panini powers if you had left it on and then lightning struck the house? Now you have Panini powers. What does that mean? I do not know.
That'd be
you could flatten people.
Make them hot and flat.
Make them hot and flat.
Maybe melted. All right. Let's get into comics for this week. So we already have our picks of the week aside. Which incredible picks, I will say, even if it's just talking for us. We're really good at this. Jeff, you want to kick us off? We're so good at
comics.
Yeah, we're so good. We do comics so good.
We do comics so good. Let me grab my pile here. So, Absolute Wonder Woman number 14, really good. This kind of ends the story arc. This little two issue story arc spread by Kelly Thompson and Mateus Bergara.
Yep.
The coolest thing about this is we get our first peek at Absolute Zatanna.
What a peek.
And what a peek indeed. Just a great comic from month to month. I love the artwork, and I love that we get to see a little bit of Zatanna.
If you're not keeping up with this, on the next one, the Batman, they finally meet. Diana and Bruce are gonna meet in the Absolute Universe, and I'm very excited. All right.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with this. I actually read this just yesterday. Berserker, The Bleeding Tide. This is one of those. I think they do these like quarterly. In the world of Berserker, they just do like these little one shots, telling stories about his life and the people he's met. This is. I love that Keanu Reeves obviously is credited in all these because he created the character with Matt Kent. But it's written by Marjorie Liu with art by Gary Brown. And it's a really cool story that takes place aboard a ship. Like, if you don't know, Berserker is like this immortal dude. So this captain is going and she's looking for Berserker because she needs his help with something. And it turns out that they cut him up and put him in a box at the bottom of the sea. Because that's how you deal with an immortal.
You just gotta get rid of them.
That you gotta get rid of them. Yeah. If you haven't watched, what's the Greg Rucka films that are on Netflix with Charlize Theron? They're also immortals.
Oh, I don't know.
Damn, it's a really famous comic too. That's gonna bother me. But anyways, yeah, that's kind of what you have to do. But there's a fun twist. The captain of the ship is actually a vampire. So like two immortals beings. But that's just like kind of the setup too. Like there's a whole lot of story and background. And so it's really good. These are oversized. It's kind of expensive. These are like $10 each, but it is an oversized book. And it's really cool. So Boom Studios. If you're not reading Berserker, you should. And I'll get back to you. You can go to your next comic. I'll tell you what that Greg Rucka comic book is in just a second.
Is there a Berserker one where a Berserker gets on a bus that can't go under 50 miles an hour? Yeah.
Ooh,
there should be one of those. Just think about it. Just putting it out there in the world. Berserker Studios, whoever that is. Boom.
We can. Oh, it's called The Old Guard. That's right.
Oh, The Old Guard.
The Old Guard. Yes, with Leonardo.
Okay. Speaking of Old Guard, here's Detective Comics number 1103. That sounds pretty old. Man, Tom Taylor is just killing this. Like, he's awesome. Like, killing it in the best way. You know, killing it in the positive things when you can kill things positively. I love it. Lois Lane is in this book. I love it when Batman and Lois Lane get together because I feel like Lois Lane might be a little bit smarter than Batman. I know Batman's supposed to be the end all and be all of the smart detective DC universe, but I like it when Lois Lane shows up because Batman, whoever's writing Batman, usually has Batman default to Lois Lane.
She's definitely more socially adept than Batman.
Yes. So yes. Yeah, there's a great scene where Batman's like, I need to go question this person.
Yeah. Different kind of smart, but yes. And, I actually like Lois Batman stories too, almost as much as I like Superman Batman stories.
Yeah. Because I think that she's just as clever and she just doesn't, Batman has all these resources but she's just like, what about that thing? And he's like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. It's like, just
we can just do this, right?
Yeah. It's also a great story because the premise of the story is that Batman has had all his fear taking away from him, like I kind of in a weird Daredevil sense, but like there's no instinctual things for him to like not put his hand in the alligator mouth or whatever because that's all gone, and Batman's already really reckless, so he's definitely pushing himself to beyond the limits. So Lois and Clark are there to help out, but yeah, I love it when Lois and Batman.
And if you read the last arc, it's a perfect follow-up because in the last arc, his body got kind of younger again.
Yeah,
that serum he was taking. Like, he didn't go all the way through with the thing because obviously that was part of the story. So yeah, Tom Taylor, I love how he's just kind of building on his own stuff. Like, it makes sense that he's he's physically more fit. He's more reckless now in this arc because his fear's been taken away, and he's got like 48 hours before it incubates or whatever he's been infected with. So yeah, it's so smart, it's so much fun.
Yeah, we really don't have to worry about that missing hand anymore.
Yeah.
By the way, DC's been going through like we're gonna chop off people's hands a lot now,
and then give him back. Yeah, they're going through their own little Empire Strikes Back moment. Batman has had his hand cut off within the last couple of years and then reattached. There was another big hand cutting off moment this week in comics. Wait, in this book?
No, in another DC book.
Oh, okay, we'll get there. Oh yeah. All right, yeah, we'll get there. Yeah, I love the Detective Comics. It's so good right now. All right, let me go to the next one. That one's no. We'll wait for that one. Let's talk about this one then. The Infernal Hulk. We talked a little bit about this because we talked about Philip Kennedy Johnson yesterday.
Yes,
I would say
this book.
If you haven't been reading his previous Hulk run, it all leads up to this. The Hulk is kind of possessed by this elder god now. Like if you look at the design of the Hulk, you see how he's got that line running through him in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
It's because he was physically ripped open and then they put a god in there. And that's what I gather from this, because I haven't caught up on that previous run, so I need to do that. But it's really good. This is like the teaser variant for it, which is just like that scar on his chest. And if you like seeing the Hulk just smash a town for no reason, this will do it. And then you get this really cool ad for the upcoming Iron Man. This is when Ryan Stegman's not doing the art, but he did this the preview.
He's doing the covers.
Stegman's really good at putting up those big images for previews. But yeah, it's really cool. It's bloody, and then you're wondering like, well, if there's an elder god inside of the Hulk right now, what's going on with Bruce? Where's Bruce Banner? So
where is Bruce Banner?
Recommend.
Hulk has had some interesting storylines over the last like 5 or 6 years.
Yeah,
the Immortal Hulk stuff, and then he became like a spaceship engine. That might have been right before the Immortal Hulk stuff.
That was the Donny Cates thing that then
Donny Cates stuff.
Ryan oddly finished. Yeah, that was a crazy. Like if you want bonkers Hulk, go read that. I think it's unfortunately inconsequential because obviously Donny couldn't finish the story or whatever. Maybe he had more plans for him, but it's still they play something called Godball, which is just them like throwing planets at each other. Yeah, it's bonkers comics. All right, anyway. What else you got?
The newest issue of Feral number, what is this, 18? This just continues to roll on, being a good series. I think it's definitely, if you're not reading Feral month to month, definitely trade wait, because it's a great trade book. It's very much like it's a zombie book, but instead of zombie, it's rabies. All the animals are rabid.
I'm always surprised by how long the premise of this book has lasted, but then I'm like, well, The Walking Dead went like 193 issues, so I'm sure they could stretch this one out.
Yeah, and you're starting to feel how they're like, okay, now we're going into this part of the storyline, and this we're exploring this kind, and it's the same thing as The Walking Dead, where like the fact that there are zombie cats or feral cats out there is kind of inconsequential to like how the healthy cats are acting with one another, because we are the real monsters.
If a cat shows up with an eye patch called the governor, that'll be really funny.
Well, we're kind of sort of getting into that storyline in Feral now, where
there's a community ruled by a
So they find this pet store that like has been abandoned, but all the pets on the inside have been sealed in. And so they have this little community that they've, established kind of a rule of order that our cats that we've been following kind of get into the pet store. And they're like, now we're part of this community that is wackadoo. And there's a lot of clear parallels, but I mean, that's, what you're going to get with those kinds of stories, but very good stuff.
Do you think they'll you think they'll stumble into the what was the Tom King book with the pets? Animal Pound. They'll stumble
Animal
into
Pound.
the Animal
Yeah.
Pound. A little crossover.
Yeah, exactly. Totally.
Cool. I only got a couple more books, so let me hit one of the big ones. DCKO #2 with the nice acetate cover that opens up very nicely to reveal this. And then, of course, I was not going to pass up Day Warren Johnson drawing Wonder Woman. Yes! Let's go.
Me either.
Come on.
Look at that
It's like-
face.
Look at that face. I'm still upset I haven't found the other one. I really want the one with Superman power driving Darkseid.
Yeah. I forgot about that one.
I'm keeping my eye on it. If Day Warren Johnson did one cover for every one of these issues, I'm in trouble. Which appears to be the case.
This is what I was talking about earlier. Somebody does lose a hand in this.
You're
book.
right. They do lose a hand. I love this the facial expression when Harley puts on the Speed Force ring. So this one goes on to the next level, right? We have 16 participants left, and they all have to fight for 8 items of power from the DC universe, from the Cosmic Rod to Wonder Woman's lasso to the Green Lantern rings. There's all kinds of stuff in there. Bane's Venom, I was like, is that? I don't know if I would compare that to the Genie pen, but all right, I'm not writing this book. Whatever.
Yeah. There was some stuff I was like, oh, that, huh? I mean, I guess maybe, I don't know. Maybe if it's the Venom from the Absolute universe.
Maybe. Which I guess, and I was gonna say very well could be, but Joker steps on someone and they censor it out, which is really funny because he's wearing the
Atom belt.
Yeah, he's wearing the Atom belt. I need to I need to message Scott Snyder and ask him if he is a fan of Attack on Titan, because this is like the second or third reference I see to like stuff that. So Attack on Titan is about these giant creatures that eat people. So like you have Joker in his giant form eating there, but then also I think it's in another book that we'll talk about later on, so I'll bring it up again. But I think
I was almost going to say something, but then I just remembered it was a different book.
Yeah.
That's like that's all that other book is. That is all that other book.
Yeah, I think Scott Snyder, or maybe one of his kids is a fan of Attack on Titan. He's like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Because that's. I'm having a lot of fun with DCKO. I saw somebody's TikTok earlier they were not a fan. They were like, this is brain rot. And I was just like, I think it's just fun. Like, it reminds me of a lot of the first DC Metal, where it was just like, it's like so much fun. We're having fun with all these characters. DC is really good about having creators that are like playing with these characters like little kids play with toys and action figures. And it's just like a lot of fun, cool concepts. Not at the end of it all, maybe something canonically big changes for a bit, but for the most part, you're just along for the ride, having fun.
And if you don't like that stuff, that's completely fine.
Yeah.
But don't like yuck anybody else's yum about it. Like, if you don't like it, and don't read it. I mean, I'm sorry that DC has so many other books that are not this.
Listen, go read your assorted crisis events. We get it. You want to be
if you
sad.
want something more serious, you can pick up that. I don't see it on your list, but I did read it and do it. I just didn't do a review, but that Batman Question Green Lantern Arcadia.
That's yeah. I couldn't find mine.
Serious story.
I didn't see it at my shop this last week. I forgot about it.
It did come out this week, but maybe with these shippings and these publishers and being Thanksgiving week. But yeah, like DC has all kinds of stuff for you, or just go check out some of their other stuff. They have serious books as well.
Yeah. I don't want my big crossover events to be like, we have those. Like that's Heroes in Crisis, and
Yeah,
that's
or
terrible.
we've had Identity Crisis, Heroes in
An
Crisis.
Identity
We've had
Crisis,
some
yeah.
bad ones.
Yeah, we've had this. I don't like them. Give me something fun.
I mean, I like them too, but this one's just so fun.
Yeah.
Nonsense. I love it.
My next thing is Trinity, Daughter of Wonder Woman, #5. It's cute. It's weird because Trinity, there's 3 different versions of Trinity, all different ages, time displaced, looking for John Kent and Damian Wayne, who have been turned into corgis, and they're lost in the time stream. It harkens back to an old Wonder Woman issue. So this is kind of like a mini story within that time frame. But one of the Trinities travels to Gotham back when Jason Todd was a Robin, before he died, right before he died, and they start flirting with one another. Now, my thing is, like, they're age appropriate in that moment to flirt with one another, but in reality, Trinity has got to be like 20 years younger than Jason Todd. Like, if you're looking at the thing, because she's just now been born, and Jason Todd is alive now. So, like, I'm like, it's kind of weirdly gross. I mean, it makes sense, but it's also kind of like, I'm like, oh yeah, it's a timeline thing where I'm like, I don't know if I'm super comfortable with this.
I do love that this book feels like, because I see a lot of Belen Ortega, who's the artist on this, posts a lot of the pages that I guess she really likes.
Yeah, there's some fun stuff in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, this is Tom King's excuse to have Belen Ortega draw like a redo classic moments from the DC universe.
Yeah.
So, and also draw corgis and their butts.
And draw a lot of corgi butts.
A lot of corgi butt.
Yeah. There's a good corgi butt. It's a very entertaining. It's just, that's one of the things that I'm just like, this is kind of creepy, but or could potentially be creepy. But it is fun. It's a very fun comic.
So very nice. All right, this is the last one I have before we go to our new and unread stuff. This is The Devil on My Shoulder from Dark Horse. This is a Kyle Starks book with Peter Kowalski, the same team from Where Monsters Lie. I got to talk to Kyle about this and how the book came about, and also picked up a couple of variants because Martin Simmons did one as well, and I thought it was really cool. And then I also picked up this other variant. Whose variant is this one?
Martin Simmons doing the artwork on the upcoming Phantom of the Opera.
Christian Ward.
Oh, Christian Ward.
So I was like, damn, I like all 3 artists, so I guess I'll just pick them all up. But yeah, if you want to hear more about this, instead of a review, we just went in deep when the Kyle Starks video released. But it's a really cool revenge tale. I'll tell you that right now. Nice. It's pretty graphic, and it's maybe hard to read, but it gets better. Like, not gets better as in the book gets better. Things get better, I think. Or they will. We'll see. I trust the team to kind of deliver on the story. So, and the way Kyle talked about it on the interview. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But it's a really good book. Pretty gnarly, though.
All right, I'm going to speed rush through the next couple before
you don't have to. But yeah. We will get to the picks in a second.
We've got Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong 2 issue number. What is this, number 5? And I picked up this cover because that's an awesome cover.
Which one's that one? What's the name of that monster?
This is Rodan.
Rodan. Yeah, yes. Okay. Yeah. I knew it was one of the big ones. Why? And I don't mean big like size wise. I mean like big as in more popular. How are you liking that series?
It's okay. It's okay.
At least compared to the first one.
It's okay.
I think the first one was really
the first
good.
one is. So the first one is so good. It had no reason to be that. Like, this is kind of how I expect these kind of crossover events to happen. Like, it's very middle of the road. It has some fun concepts, but I feel like they unloaded the gun in the first one.
Yeah,
they were like, "Oh, this is so cool! Oh, this is so cool!" Like, they just kept upping the ante in the first one, where you're just like, everything was just all cake. And then this one is like, well, what do we do to top it? And they kind of have run out of ideas.
Yeah.
The first one is the monsters come to the DC universe. This one is the heroes go to the monster universe, but there's not as much.
Right?
They chase the villains.
Yeah.
They chase Amanda Waller, who's trying to do something with the monsters. But there's not as much happening on that world as there, because there's not as much to play with in that world as there is here. Or the
Because I read the first issue, didn't Waller get like sidelined by some other dude?
Yeah, she's taken out pretty quickly, and then there's another villain type that kind of takes over. There's a lot of different little things that are happening because of that. There's a lot of there's teams that are kind of all over the map, so it's a little hard to kind of, if you're reading it monthly, keep track of where everybody is. And again, it's not quite as entertaining as the first one. In my ranking of Godzilla's fighting superheroes, it goes Justice League, Godzilla, Kong as top. Godzilla Destroys the Marvel Universe is the next best thing, and then this one so far.
Okay. All right. I do have one more thing, actually.
Yeah, sure.
I forgot because I put it back here, but you can't see it because it's cropped out. From Distillery, Galactic #1. I did do a review of this on the channel, but this is the James Stocco cover. Actually, it deserves to be pulled out of the bag because it's a wraparound cover. I don't buy a lot of physical Distillery single issues because they're kind of a hassle to store because of the size. But because there's nudity in this book, Titan puts it in a. They pre-bag and board it for me.
They pre-bag it.
Yeah. So.
But you're going to show it off here to the internet. Oh,
not the nudity. Not the nudity. Just the.
Who is this book by?
Huh?
Who is this book by?
Okay, so this is by Kurt Pyers and Amilcar Pina on the art, but James Stocco did this variant. It's really good. I hate the pitch because it's like this kind of got you pitch of like, what if George Lucas and Quentin Tarantino had a baby, and then it's Kurt Pyers telling this story. But it really is what that feels like. It's like, if you like Star Wars, you're gonna enjoy this. If you like this, over the top alien violent story that just happens to take place in space, you're gonna like this. It's really cool. Like the art inside is just super gnarly. I really like this book. I understand that maybe you don't want to pick these up in single issues, so the collection will probably just be really beautiful. But I love James Stocco's art because it's so detailed and so much is happening. So I went ahead and picked up this cover, even though our friends at Distillery let me read the book in advance. I actually read this book months ago, when they were trying to promote it, and I did a little video about it. But then I reread it this week because I knew it was coming out and I wanted to do a review for it. So yeah, this was almost my pick of the week. So I'll leave you with that.
I might have to go back and get it. We've got Superman, the newest issue of Superman, issue 32, a DCKO tie-in. Delves a little bit deeper into the Superman Lex Luthor part of the story, which really DCKO is just and I've heard Scott Snyder say this is kind of a Superman story. Dark Knight's Metal was a Batman story. Death Metal was a Wonder Woman story. He says this is his Superman story.
Yep.
And it very much is. And you get to see a lot of Lex Luthor's relationship, and it's interesting because you're seeing Lex Luthor relate to Superman after his amnesia. So Lex Luthor was a good guy for a little while, forgetting who he was.
It gives a lot of context to the moments that they have in DCKO 2 itself.
Yeah.
Because Luthor, Superman spends most of the issue trying to stop Luthor from getting anything to his detriment.
Yeah, definitely. It
It
also is carrying along a storyline of Lois Lane and Superboy Prime.
What a team up.
Again, what another team up, Lois Lane and Superboy Prime. And I like Superboy Prime because he's like, what do you mean everybody's in this? He finds out about the KO tournament. He's pissed off that he didn't get invited to it because he's so Superboy Primey.
That's his thing. If anybody should have been invited to a tournament that is this crazy, it would be Prime, who's a comic book fan, really.
Yeah. Well, he says in the book, he's like, I would have killed everybody. And then Lois is like, I thought you were done killing people. He's like, well, for a competition, what do you?
Yeah.
He's great. Justice League Unlimited number 13. Dan Mora art, so good.
So good. I don't know how he does it. He's so busy. He's got all these books on the shelves, all these covers. Dan Mora is a machine.
Dan Mora is a machine. It's fun watching the Justice League on their heels.
I love how Guile, that haircut that they gave Guy Gardner is.
Big old.
Yeah, I love those characters because it's like these random characters plucked out of nowhere. So like it's inconsequential if they die because they're not from this timeline. They don't belong here anyways. But it's cool to see them kind of team up and hang out.
Yeah, and it's fun that they're like, look, they're not even the original kid. They're just like a sliver of the essence of the character. So it's we don't even need to get you back to your original timeline. You're going to die no matter what.
They're like echoes of their former selves or their original. Yeah. It's really well done though. It's really fun. I think this one's by Justice League is the Mark Waid book, right? And Joshua Williamson is doing the Superman book, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. God, just so much talent on this DC KO. So I did read those because DC does let me get the. I was gonna do reviews, but this week got away from me because there's so many books. I actually read so many books this week. So
yeah.
All right.
My second to last before we get into our picks of the week is these Flash DC KO tie-in. I get Mark Waid, Christopher Cantwell doing the writing on this thing. I forget who the artist is, but Georgiev.
Oh yeah, Vasco Georgiev. Yes.
Yeah, Vasco Georgiev.
He's doing those graffiti variants for some of the DC books.
Oh, okay.
Where it's like a wall and it's just like maybe like somebody's head, but it's like a graffiti wall. Yeah, it's very cool.
It's a fun crossover. It makes me. I'm gonna have to go back before I die and read the Mark Waid Flash run.
Yeah,
I would imagine if you read the Mark Waid Flash run, having Mark Waid back on the book writing Wally again just for a little bit is probably really entertaining for some people.
And it's really a Bart story like this.
Yeah,
these focus on Bart, but also like obviously Wally's trying to help him out with stuff. And I forget the guy that's kind of brainwashed. The other speedster that's kind of
Max Mercury.
Yeah, Max Mercury. So, and then you also get the Darkseid's Legion is like in all these crossovers except for the main book. So kind of cool to have them tie everything together.
And then what's your pick of the week?
Do you want to go over unread stuff first? I think we should.
Oh, I
read everything? I don't.
I had 4 days off this week. Yeah, I definitely read everything.
You know me, I don't ever. Well, the thing is, I read other stuff that I should. I only have a few. It's only a few. I did pick up this reprint of Wonder Woman 25 because Mother is mothering. So there you go. And it's foil.
You know what? I did realize I've kind of lost the thread on the main Wonder Woman. I'm like, she went to the island to rescue another Amazon. I think isn't that why she went? Yeah, and then the Amazon died, but then her baby also got kidnapped. But I think the Amazon also had a.
I think this is the baby.
Oh, is that the baby?
Up. Yeah, I think she's in the future because that future war, the Wonder Woman war, takes place in the future. So I think Lissy's gonna have to deal with her.
Okay.
And I think that's where they're doing the Lissy shenanigans to kind of give her own book while Wonder Woman is doing all this stuff while they're setting everything up. At least that's what I feel the plan is.
I mean, yeah, you're probably right. I need to go back, because I'm so lost as to what. Like, I'm kind of enjoying. Like, I'm like, oh, this is cool. This is happening now, but I'm like, overall arcing. I'm like, what's happening? I don't remember.
Because it all started with that one Amazon running away because she killed some people, right, or whatever, and then the government. But yeah, there's a lot. I mean, we're 27 issues in, I think, already into Wonder Woman, so a lot. Yeah. But then you get not derailed, but you just have this like side story of the Mouseman, and it's so insane that you're like, what the hell were we doing before this?
Yeah, that's where I'm at, because I'm just like, because the big thing happens in this last issue where somebody dies, and I'm like, I forgot who that was. I don't remember who that is that just died. So I need to go back and kind of like refresh what's going on in Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
I need a Wikipedia page real quick refresher.
We got the latest issue of Skinbreaker. I'm trade waiting this, but David Finch's covers are so cool that I'm just picking this up in singles. Yeah, I've only read the first one, but I know I'm gonna enjoy this. I already know it. I have faith in the team, and if anything, it'll look really cool. I did pick up another. My shop had pulled this for me, and I just hadn't picked it up. This is just Marion Heretic issue number 2,
Oh, nice.
and Marvel Zombies number 3, the red band. I think it's 3. It's hard to tell because the number's covered up. Yeah, 3. So I haven't read this one because it's not open yet, but I will get to it. I really am liking what they're doing. And then I picked up the other Arcadia book, the one from Ignition Press. I picked up this really cool variant. So I can't wait to dive into this one as well. Seems really fun. And then just stuff that I picked up, the latest volume of Blue Lock. Speaking of sports, anime and manga, this is the soccer one that is kind of like Battle Royale, but nobody dies. They just don't get to play soccer. That's probably the best pitch I could give you. And my shop had this We 3, the compact edition of this. So
I almost picked that up because I've never read it, and
I need them all. They really are like Pokemon cards. I just want to have not all of them, most of them. There's a few that I think the ones that I don't have is Wonder Woman Year 1, and then they reprinted the first volume of Azzarello's Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
I don't care for those stories when they came out. I don't think I'll care for them now, so I didn't need to have them on there.
I really like that Azzarello Wonder Woman run. I love what's his name? Cliff Chang's art. Yeah.
Cliff Chang. Yeah. So
good.
Okay, and now we can go to our favorites. So yeah, I'll go first. I mean, was there any doubt? Absolute Batman number 14. This is the coolest way to wrap up an arc. That I mean, from the art, like Nick Dragotta doing some gnarly shit like this.
This is where I'm like, oh, Scott Snyder's a fan of Attack on Titan.
Yeah,
because the body horror
sure.
that is in this move, in this specifically in this arc.
If you look at this panel of Batman, tiny Batman running
up Bane,
cutting him with his blades, like it's like Levi would be doing stuff like that, right? When he faced off against the Titan. So, yeah, you get Killer Croc doing insane shit as well. You get Harley Quinn helping out. You get I guess the whole Red Hood gang. But what I love the most is the beginning page where you have Batman and his friends and like then and now, because they kind of parallel the story to the Wayland's fight with Bibbo, the absolute Bibbo, who's like a UFC wrestler. It's so good. It's so well done. The way the arc wraps up is like, this
is some crazy paneling for a page, for a comic page. Like this takes the 9-panel grid and goes nuts with it.
Yep.
The 9-panel grid concept, and it's just like, what if it's all panels?
And even if Batman has quote unquote won this battle, he lost so much this arc. He's lost everything, really, except maybe his mom. Which I hope he doesn't lose his mom.
I hope so too. But speaking so Joker is the next thing that happens for Absolute Batman.
Yep.
Which is also, I'm just like, again, and I don't know if you've seen those covers for all the Joker art that they released, and I'm just like, oh, we're continuing with the body horror kind of concept of.
I mean, they're bringing in Jock to do the art, and Nick Dragotta's taking a break. So Nick Dragotta should be back by issue 19. That's what Scott Snyder said. So, but Jeff, what is your favorite?
My pick of the week is The Invisible Man, number 4, the 4th and final issue of Invisible Man. This is probably my favorite of the Universal Monster books. It was Frankenstein for the longest time, and now I think this might have just taken the crown.
It's so good.
It is. Invisible Man is like the hardest, I feel, of the Universal monsters, because of the invisibility that makes it hard for to illustrate.
Yeah.
Danny has found a great way to kind of get around that because there's just like a negative space in all the art whenever one of the invisible people
I was
are
like, what
around.
did I do?
Artistically, there's a negative space. But yeah, it's so creepy. It's the scientist guy is just evil. The artwork is very what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. It's just great. It's
Yeah.
everything in line with just it being a great horror comic. Yeah, I love it. I highly recommend.
I also really recommend it. I'm sure Image is gonna have a really cool, really dope collection because the hardcovers for this have been insane. So make sure to pick it up.
Atmospheric. That was the word I was looking for. Atmospheric art.
Oh yeah, and they really do tease it out of like, is he gonna become invisible? Like they really, and then it's like, well, careful what you wish for, I guess. Yeah, it's so good. So good.
Yeah, they kind of red herring it a little bit where you're just like, oh, the main guy is not the Invisible Man, but then
I really thought he wasn't going to become invisible. I guess slight spoilers.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little.
Frankenstein's monster isn't Frankenstein. Yeah,
I know. We were the monsters all along. What? All right. Let's go into what's coming up on our pull list. I'm a little upset that Jeff hasn't followed me back on League, but whatever.
I'm really bad at one day.
Yeah,
Hold on.
Hey, at least you have it and you have a pull list ready so I can pull it up. So let's go through Jeff's pull list first, and then whatever I don't have, we'll notice. So you can follow both of us on League of Comic Geeks, so you can know what we're reading next. Jeff, I got yours pulled up right here. I can tell you. I mean, we can go through the comics if you want. There we go. That's better. Speaking of Absolute Green Lantern,
Barbaric.
Yeah, Barbaric.
Listen, I'm a huge fan of Barbaric. All the comics.
Cool little one shot too now, because they used to do 3. Let me see. Is this going to be a multiple story? Oh, there's this. This is a new series. Great.
I think it's it's a new series. Oh, good.
Yeah. I just checked.
I love Barbaric.
It's so good.
I love Barbaric. It's such a good one. Batman. The final issue of Birds of Prey, which I'm so sad about.
Very sad, but I can now catch up. I love this cover too. So cool.
Yeah. What do they have any alternate covers for that one? Do you know?
They probably do. We can look up right now. Let's see. They are 4 covers. Here, let me switch. Boop, boop. So this is the main cover by who is this? Leonardo Romero, I think, maybe.
Looks like Romero. Yeah, looks like Romero.
This little Russian doll, Daniel Dinapulo variant. A Serge Acuna, issue 28, happy birthday variant. And then Ryan Gonzalez.
Oh, okay. I like that. I think I like the A cover the most.
Yeah, this one's perfect, I think. So
yeah.
All right, back to Jeff's list.
The Cheetah Cheshire Rob Justice League. Great series.
Is this a 12 issue or a 6 issue? Do we know? Let me see. Series 6. Okay, so there's only one more after this, and then I can catch up and jump on it. Perfect.
Worth it.
Perfect.
What is that? Night Fight. First issue is pretty fun.
So I have read this. It's really good. Like,
yeah, it's like another fun one. Another fun. Dump the toys out. See what we can do with it.
Like, listen, I know Batman's not in the main series, but here he gets his own little side quest.
we listen. We get it, nerds. You love Batman. Here he is.
That's right.
Superman.
We get it, investors. Batman book sell. Here it is.
Batman Captain Atom, or Superman Captain Atom, rather.
So this December is all fight month. So you're gonna get a lot of these issues of like them just beating the shit out of each other. Funny enough, the Wednesday of December 31st, New Year's Eve, there are no DC comic books.
Oh,
They've made the announcement. I mean, I guess no single issues. There might be some collections that come out, but no single issues. So
the last time they did that was during what is it? Flashpoint. They had Flashpoint, and then like they didn't like for 1 week they didn't have any comics or something like that. Or they had one comic. They like after Flashpoint there was like one comic that came out or something. The new Doctor Strange, which I may or may not pick up, but it's on the pull list.
who? Let's see. Let me check who's writing it because I have it on my pull list as well. Derek Landy. I'm not too familiar. The name sounds familiar, but I don't recognize it right off the bat. Oh, he did that Captain America crossover with Iron Man. That was fun.
Oh, okay.
He's done some Infinity Watch. Okay. Yeah.
I feel like Marvel is like become the place where we were talking a little bit about this earlier. So like people kind of get their start in the indie and then they move up into DC, Marvel, and then they kind of swing back into the indie. I feel like Marvel's kind of picked up these people who are like, they haven't quite hit it big, but they are on the cusp of like turning out some stuff. Like they're very consistent. And so
let's grab them before they really blow up.
Yeah, let's get them cheap, and then once they start, then we can kind of not renew their contracts once they start demanding so much money. Then they tend to move to DC, which is where we gush all over them, where they're like, "Oh my god, like how much do we love Tom Taylor and whatever."
Or they go do their own creator on with somebody that Marvel teamed them up with, and now they got their own thing going.
Yeah. So it's almost a good place to catch up and coming writers, kind of sort of, or writers that they're not necessarily up and coming. They've made it, they've broken through, but they haven't like broken all the way through to be like one of the big name writers or whatever.
Right.
So I don't know. We'll see. What is that next one? Oh, this Fantastic Four. Yeah, I love it. I'm enjoying the G.I. Joe.
Is this book double shipping? What the hell? Like the other issue just came out.
I think they've got to be double shipping because it was like 2 weeks ago before the last.
Have to be. So the last one came out. G.I. Joe. Yeah, this. Let's see. November 19th, which was a couple of weeks ago. December 3rd, and then the last issue of the Dreadnought. Oh no, we got 2 more issues of Dreadnought War. So on the 17th, I guess they're trying to catch up to something because they.
That's what Well, and then Void Rivals is about to have a little mini. They're about to do some kind of like the Quintesson War or something like that. I forget what they're doing.
Oh yeah,
they're doing something over on Void Rivals. So I'm wondering if they're not playing catch up so that all these things can line up for something big coming up later on.
That's the cover for G.I. Joe 20.
Oh my gosh.
No, that's exciting. I mean, yeah, that's exciting. Oh, let me see. Let's look at the variants, I guess. Who are they shooting at? Show me who they're shooting at. I don't know.
That guy. Oh no, that guy.
This is the guy that drives anything?
I think he's he's the guy that met the Clutch, the Transformer.
Ooh.
So he's the
damn, Jorge Corona. Jesus.
That's nice.
Slay. Okay. We'll get there. We'll get to G.I. Joe 20. Back to your pull list. You got a couple more books.
The Hulk smashes everything. It's a Ryan North book.
Oh, damn.
And I think it's mostly splash pages from what I understand. The book is. And then
it's an actual series though. There's like at least 3 issues of this solicited, so interesting. Okay, and then last but not least, Ultimate Universe, 2 years in.
And about to end.
Yeah. Let me pull up my list. Very similar to Jeff. I just usually throw in a few extra indie books. In big part because we're getting copies for them, so I want to make sure that I talk about them. But Briar's Night Terror, the 3rd installment of that Briar series, that is a twist on the Sleeping Beauty. Christopher Canwell doing this one. I love that book.
I really enjoyed it. It fell victim of the I read too many books in a month where I had a hard time keeping track of what was happening in
Yeah.
Briar, because I was also reading the G. Willow Wilson one that was like also about orcs and stuff.
Oh yeah. I remember that one. The IDW book. Yes, I forget the name.
Yeah, there was like 3 or 4 like kind of high fantasy books I was reading at the time, and I was having a hard time remembering which one Briar was, so I ended up dropping it.
Yep. Cruel Universe number 5 comes out next week as well from Oni. Those are just fun too, like little one-offs.
Yeah.
Godzilla number 4. So I'm skipping this whole row because we already talked about them on your list, but we are getting those. Godzilla number 5. Once again, I'm still big in that Kaisei era. The trade paperback for I Was a Fashion School Serial Killer comes out with that beautiful J. Lee cover. I put this on here. We haven't gotten our email from Image this week, probably because of the holiday. So I will definitely be talking about this. And what I'm doing is now, just after a book comes out, I'll pre-order it at my shop, or so they can get it for me if I like it. The 4th issue of Gail Simone and Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon Nemesis comes out, and I believe it is the last issue. So I can finally wrap up that series. It follows the character Nemesis if you're a fan of the Rebel Moon movies. Star Wars Legacy of Vader number 11, following Kylo Ren, one of my favorite Charles Soule book at the moment. I'm sure Jeff will probably pick this up when he goes to the shop and he sees a cool cover. The Terminator Santa Claus is coming to town number 1. This is one of those, like, you didn't put it on your pull list, but I know. Matter of fact,
Yeah. If I run across it on the day of, I'm probably gonna pick it up. In fact, I think I went looking for it because I went back yesterday to look at my pull list, and I must have just missed this one because I went back specifically looking for it, and I was like, I must have just missed it when I was looking at the pulls for this Wednesday, and I was like, it's probably one more Wednesday from now, and just gave up.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll tease you a little bit more, or maybe get you prepared for Wednesday.
Yeah.
Cover B. I think this is the cover I'm gonna try to pick up, the Reese Hannigan cover. I really like this one.
I like that one.
Oh yeah, D. Kendall Good. I believe this is the interior artist. Yeah, Good. Yeah, they have the same, unless it's another. And then this, of course, Will Robson. The Dynamite loves to do the Virgin covers as well.
Yeah. No boobs on these Dynamite covers.
All right, and we're back to the main one. So yeah, I think this will be a game time decision for Jeff, but I'm confident that in a week we will be talking about the Terminator Santa Claus is coming to town. And then I have
I love a good Christmas special.
Yeah. Oh yeah, me too. Ultimate Universe, which is interesting because neither of us talked about or picked up the Ma Hunkel Kissing Santa Claus DC special that came out, but it's sold $10.
It was too expensive. Yeah. Sometimes I love a good cover, but I need it to have a little value to it.
Yeah,
and that one felt a little not like the Spider-Man Holiday Spectacular. That one was awesome.
Those are books I'll read on the app. I mean, I do, so. And then we have Ultimate X-Men number 22, and then I don't know if we talked about Wiccan Witches Road number 1. I don't know if I'll pick it up. Actually, here I can make my decision by looking at the variant covers. Because I know Pablo Villalobos, who was recently here. He was here last week at the Dallas Comic Show. Yeah. Herman Peralta, that's really nice. Carmen Carnero. I haven't seen one that I'm like, I need to have this. In here, Glee. Luciano Vecchio. Damn, this one's kind of cool. Like a throwback. Pablo Villalobos again. Russell Dauterman. I do like Russell's art too.
That's a cool one.
And that. Yeah.
Whenever I see something like this, where they're like Wiccan, the Witches Road, I feel like they got to the end of
Agatha.
Agatha all along, and they were just like, what if we had a comic with this? And then the turnaround is just the turnaround, like a year, 6 months to a year to get a comic out. And I'm just like, I feel like you guys missed the boat. It's gone. Like the boat left the.
Yeah. I mean, this is spinning out of the Imperial War as well.
Yeah.
Loosely, because it's really Wiccan's husband who's all involved in that, not so much him.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you have it. Those are our comics. Let's get back to this format here. Jeff, I think we did it. We nailed it. Once again,
another show.
We really are good at comics.
We are so good at comics.
So, but there's always room for improvement. If you're watching, like I said, make sure to follow us on here on Legal Comics. Follow us on here. Follow Jeff on TikTok and Instagram. He does a lot of really fun, more specialized videos about specific things as opposed to just kind of glossing all over. So if you're looking for something, this is Jeff, who has been commented on by Rob Liefeld. So
that's right.
Sky's the limit.
True.
I hope they got you out of TikTok jail.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
So also stay tuned. We will be having our survey for the year about your favorite stuff and our favorite stuff, and we'll be doing a show all about that at the beginning of the year. We're also working on our best comics and movies and TV shows of 2025. We'll have shows all about that as well. And then, like I said, Kyle Stark's coming out very likely tomorrow, but for sure this week. So you can hear all the stuff we talked about and go order his comic books. Jeff, do you have anything else before we get out of here?
I am good, my friend.
All right. Well, great. Let's get out of here. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving break. If you didn't get a break, I hope you at least had a good weekend, because I know a lot of people had to go right back to work on Friday. So yeah, thanks for watching. And we're getting up for the holidays. I don't know exactly what we're gonna get into, but we might have a special guest on Saturday next week. I should probably set that up. So we'll talk about that. So thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.
The most important thing in life will always be
Hail Bebo.
Peter loves you.
Simon Center, get the fuck out.
All right. Bye.
Get out of here, you weirdo.